Good morning, everybody. Meteorologist Jaret Lansford here. Hope your Tuesday is going well. And yes, it's a little bit of a different look here to the stream. Got some nice updates for what we've got going on in the background and how these streams are going. So I hope you enjoy what you see here today. And we're going to talk about a lot of stuff that's going on weather-wise here. We've got some showers that are rolling through right now. We're going to talk how long those last. We'll give you a first alert to just how warm we'll get this afternoon and the rest of the week, as we have been kind of in a fall-like pattern here for a couple of days. I'll let you know how long that remains in place. And then, of course, we'll have a look at that Huskers forecast and the Labor Day holiday weekend forecast. Let's dig in and give you a look at what we're seeing here as we are getting things up and running. You do see a wet Dodge Street right near 90th. Not much in the way of wind out there, but we do definitely have some showers that are rolling through, and that's helping to hold the temperatures down. 60 degrees is where we're at this point, and here's what those showers are looking like. You can see that a lot of those have continued to push it away south of I-80 now. So you're seeing La Vista, Papillion, down into parts of southern Sarpy experiencing some of those showers now at this point. Those will continue to make their way off to the south. If I zoom out a little bit here, you can see that there's not a lot of these, pretty scattered in coverage and pretty light, but there are some, and those continue off to the north of the metro as well. Tekamah, Ottawa, even into the Blair area, you've got some of these still in place. What is of note here, if I zoom back out, note how that cloud cover continues to back build right around the Columbus, just off to the east of Columbus area, toward North Bend, David City. You can see that you're kind of on the edge of the cloud cover here. If we continue that trend, that's really going to hurt our warming for the rest of today. So that is a factor we'll keep a close eye on as our Tuesday continues to unfold. And here's what it's looking like as we continue forward. You can see there's still going to be just a couple of these showers for the next couple of hours. I do think we'll see things start to dry out as we get toward about noon or 1 p.m. The cloud cover is going to be the key here. It's just how much can we clear that away. We should manage to get some of that to break through as we get later in the afternoon. I think we'll have more success the later it gets. You do see this particular model run does keep us socked in the clouds. That may hold us more toward the low 70s if that's the scenario that ends up playing out. Here's what it looks like, though. If we do manage a little bit more of those pockets of sunshine, we should end up about 75 degrees with that. If we stay stuck in the clouds, you could subtract a few degrees from that. It would be closer to about 71, 72 for a high in that scenario. So we'll watch it closely, but either way, we're going to be seeing below average temperatures remain the case. We'll have a better afternoon for getting outdoors. It won't be quite to yesterday's level with a little less sunshine around, but still pretty good weather for getting out and about. We'll keep the muggy meter in check. We'll be feeling pretty pleasant out there. And it's a pretty good way to close out the month of August here. Those final days, we are looking at some much more comfortable weather than what we had been seeing. There is a problem. It is the pollen count. Weed pollen has jumped back up, once again approaching 300 for that count. You've got ragweed, nettle, and hemp as the biggest offenders there. So if that is something that does tend to bother you, or you've been having the sniffles here the last few days, that's probably what's going on. And it's probably not going to change much over the coming days either. We go through the next couple days, we'll see the temperature step up a little bit. We'll be up to 82 tomorrow. We'll likely be in and out of the clouds with a little more cloud cover than sun, and a little bit of a breeze, nothing too strong, about 20-25 mile per hour gusts out of what we see tomorrow. Thursday is our warmest day. We're into the mid 80s there. That's right around average. And by the time we get to our Thursday evening, we've got a football game happening, not in Lincoln, but in Kansas City. And that is where the Huskers will kick off the season, 8 o'clock against Cincinnati. If you're looking to go to that game, you are looking like you're in pretty good shape, because we're talking about some 70s at that point and continuing to cool through the 70s by the time we are getting to the end of that game. Let me show you what that's looking like, and I thought I might have forgotten to update that. Here we go. hang with me just a second. Make sure we get what we need here. Okay, now we're good. So, as we are starting things off on our Thursday, what you're going to notice is some rain very close to the KC Metro, maybe just off to the south, but we'll be right near the edge of some of those showers in Kansas City as we are making our way through the morning hours. And I'm actually going to move this view just a little bit so we can see both our metro and what's going on in Kansas City, both. So we go through the day. You can see that rain continues to pull south away from Kansas City. We're still dry in the metro. I do think we'll likely keep things pretty quiet as far as any kind of rainfall for Thursday in our area. And you can see that rain goes away in Kansas City as well. We'll have some cloud cover around and gradually clear some too. So it looks like we're in pretty good shape no matter how you slice it when it comes to that game there in Kansas City. Maybe that's not the college football game that you are looking at. Maybe you are looking at going to Ames or going to Iowa City. Maybe you're doing two games. Maybe you're going to Kansas City and then going to one of these other games. But I want to show you the forecast for what we have going on as the Cyclones host the South Dakota Coyotes. And 77 degrees, partly cloudy at that point. Looks pretty good for that game too. And then Iowa hosting the Albany Great Danes. And also looking pretty nice for that one. That a 5 o'clock kickoff and some passing clouds will be present. So no real hiccups for any of the games that are going on between any of these teams. Hopefully we get 3 good games and some favorable outcomes out of those ones. All right, looking ahead even a little further as we are looking at the weekend, holiday weekend coming up. By the time we get to Saturday, we get late in the day, we have a chance that we may start to pull some light showers into the area, and we may have that into our Sunday. I don't expect a washout by any stretch out of what we see. And there's even been a little bit of a trend to try to pull some of these showers further to the west out of our area. So if you have outdoor plans, the way it stands right now, you would have windows to get outdoors and enjoy those nice temperatures that you see right there. But there could be the opportunity, if things continue to trend the way the models have been heading, that you end up seeing drier conditions even take over and it looks even nicer. So something to keep an eye on. First alert to that potential. Muggy meter looks good that whole stretch as well. Even as we get into the beginning of next week, we're still not looking at anything that's all that humid for us. Great news. And as we look at the 10-day, let me move myself out of the way here. There we go. So some of those light showers continue here through the morning hour. We should see those start to wrap up as we get into the middle of the day. And then it's just a matter of trying to clear away some of that cloud cover. As we get into our day tomorrow, breezy and just a tad bit warmer. We'll get into the mid-80s by the time we get to Thursday. Some pretty solid weather to close out the work week. And then as we get to the weekend, we'll dodge some showers late Saturday, and we'll see how long those can hang around on Sunday with that trend to try to pull those further to the west. Just very small chances that we maybe see a shower or two as we get into Labor Day. There's that 10-day again. Hit the wrong button there. 80s into next week as well. If you're wondering, our average high for today is 84. That will continue to step down a little bit. By the time we get to the middle of next week, we're talking about average high that's a little bit closer to 81, 82 degrees. So this is the time of year where we're going to start seeing that average change a little bit more as we change the calendar over to September. Here we go, folks. We're getting into the latter stages of summer, and we're getting a little bit of a fall preview. Today, we've got a little bit of summer in that forecast, but no big signs even as we look forward to see any big snaps of heat. Cooler than average. Still looks likely through the first week or so of September. Now, that's not to say we don't get back to 90 at some point, but what that does mean is it's probably less likely we would see an extended stretch of 90s as we make our way into the 9th month. So we'll keep an eye on that. Otherwise, I think that wraps it up for this. We'll see a few of these showers still the next couple of hours. We should dry things out after that. And then it's a matter of clearing out those clouds and trying to get those temps to warm up into the mid-70s. Senior Chief Meteorologist Rusty Lord's got the latest coming up here at the top of the hour on First Alert at 6. I hope you join us for that. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day. I hope it's a great one. and have a great rest of your Tuesday.